We're going to walk ourselves through the confidence method. We're going to look at a methodology, very simple, tactical. I know we got some systems people in the room, some detail-oriented folks in here. Can we have a systematic way to look inward so it's not just fluffy, flowery, and quote-unquote the soft skills? Can we look at something and say, how do I tactically and practically apply this to my daily life? The answer to that is absolutely yes, and here's where we start. What we're going to do is we're going to work ourselves through this graphic here. If you want to jot this down quickly, you can. I'm going to show and build it over the course of the next 30 minutes or so in our slides together. But in doing so, here's what it is that we're going to walk through. We're going to walk through a set of stories, and a set of stories, I'll break that down for you. We're going to look at doubt, and then we're going to inevitably end with truth. A quick framework so you see what you're getting yourself into. If you look here over on the middle, on the left-hand side where it says stories, we're going to begin with stories told to us about us. Don't write that down yet. I'm going to give you a whole other slide for that in a second. Stories told to us about us. I find in our life where fear, doubt, obstacle, insecurity, roadblocks, where all that comes from is the intersection of two narratives that are constantly at play in our life every day, me and you both. I want to be very clear. I get very passionate about confidence. I get very passionate about the conviction of what we think and believe. Nothing I say to you today does not apply to me. I am telling you because I have to tell myself every day. So just throwing that out there for those of you who are like, man, he has it really figured out. The answer to that is a negative. Okay, so we have stories we tell ourselves about, stories told to us about us. We have stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves. That's the way that you talk to yourself. By the way, nobody talks to you more than you, okay? So where those two stories collide, you'll see an inflection point. Typically, for most of us, that inflection point tends to go up, fear, doubt, obstacle, or insecurity. Rocky, I've been told my whole life, Rocky, you're too intense. Rocky, calm down. Rocky, why are you spitting on people in the front row? My bad, by the way. It's not that big a deal. Why do you have so many questions? Why don't you just, hey, why can't? All the way to the point where sometimes I think quasi-joking, quasi-giving me a hard time, quasi because it's probably true. When my wife and I go on date night, my wife goes, do I need a journal and a pen tonight? Well, yes, bring one, okay? You need one. So, my whole life I've been told that. And so then what happens is the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, I get on stage and I go, I don't think they're going to like it. Look around, Rocky. You didn't bring your sport coat. So they're not going to believe you. I mean, you only have two choices in life insurance, sport coat or quarter zip. You pick the one you want. So I was like, I'm screwed either way. Right? Did you see how baggy your pants were? You don't have to buy them that size. So these things collide together, and inevitably what causes in that intersection is T, lowercase t, true, by the way, because it's normally never true. Fear, doubt, obstacle, insecurity. Now, the reality is for most of us, we stop right there. We have the set of stories, they collide, and we're not sure what to do with it, so it causes fear, doubt, obstacle, insecurity, and we freeze. And then we do something for 6 months. We don't get the result that we want. We say we're going to change. We do the exact same thing for another 6 months, and we wake up a year later, and we go, it's all going to be different, only to come to find out nothing changed because nothing changed. And so your homework when we leave is I'm just going to ask you to change one thing today. Just one. I only have one piece of homework for you. I don't need you to change everything. I need you to change one thing. Because if you can't change one, you're not going to change any. But we're going to come to find out is there's also another possibility at the intersection of these stories. And that might just be the truth about what is good, true, and beautiful about who you are. Uniquely and distinctly about you. Marked only for you. But I can't help you discover that on my own. You have to do it for you. Let's start with the stories told to you about you. Say, to me, about me. The stories told to us about us. The stories told to us about us. When we look at it, it's going to look like this right here. We're looking at this little quadrant. These are stories told to you about you. These are things like you are so, S-O. You are too, T-O-O. You are always. You are never. You are just. How come you can't? Why don't you just? You're always in. You follow me? So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you about 30 or 45 seconds here. Obviously, you can tell by the point of our exercise today is not for me to say, what are the stories told to you about you? I'm not looking for you to write down, well, my whole life I've been told that I am gorgeous. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. What's been told to you about you? Well, that I am pretty awesome. Okay, I hope someone has said something good to you. The purpose of our exercise today is not just to identify all the things that are wonderful and great. I hope you know those. The purpose of today is to do a little bit of digging. For those of you that haven't figured this out yet, my personal motto is punch, 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 hug. We got to go through 3 punches before we can hug, okay? So punch number 1. I'm going to give you 30 or 45 seconds, and I want you to write down, because by the way, for those of you that forgot, you are going to share it at your table, and if you don't write anything down, when it is your time to share, it's going to be real awkward for you, okay? I'm going to ask you to write down 1, 2, 3, no more than 3, at least one. What is a story that's been told to you about you over the course of your life? You're too much, too nice, too intense, too detailed, too scattered, too spontaneous, always, never. What's a story that's been told to you about you?